Good evening, everybody. This is the Explorers of Yanakurm Desert Summer Co-op 2022. I am DM Stewart 1981. Alongside me in the booth is Dark Moon EX.
As you've liked to put it since we got onto this race earlier today, DMception here.
Yes, this is DMception in the comms booth.
So we are playing co-op this year. This year, of course, if you guys have seen co-op before, some of these flags are going to seem familiar. It's going to be kind of a chaotic free-for-all, where the two teams are playing against each other, sharing key items, while they're checking out all of the various entrances that have been mixed up and had their floors mixed up as well. They're going to be collecting shards to get into Toph. Once both players have all the shards they need, and they're collecting those separately, although the key items are shared, they can enter when they're ready, go in, kill Chaos, and once both players have killed Chaos, the end time of that second Chaos kill is the end time for the team. It's not added or anything together. Straight up, second across the finish line, that's the team that wins. I guess that kind of makes sense when I say it that way. Anyway, this is a really fun flag set. I've been playing this a lot with my co-op partner, Sonny. And DM, I know you had a fill-in for your team, but you were in this tournament as well.
Yes, that is true. I was supposed to partner with Rich Bork, but he had something come up, so 4x11GD was my partner for last weekend. We didn't win, but you know what? We had a lot of fun with it.
Having
These
fun?
are...
Oh, I'm sorry, you go ahead.
These flags are a blast.
Having fun, of course, is the goal of any one of the events here in Final Fantasy Randomizer. And while we're waiting for people to show up here and start their race and do everything else, just want to remind you that if you like what you watched tonight and you want to see more of Final Fantasy Randomizer, go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. You can find links to the Discord as well as the development Discord right there, as well as the randomizer itself, resources, everything else you need. We've got whole YouTube playlists of pretty much everything, every event we've done since 2017. So there is a lot to watch and catch up on and get into with Final Fantasy Randomizer. And with that promo out of the way, DM! So we got a White Mage start. I don't know about what you guys did for your team, but White Mage is almost always a required character for me in my parties.
Yeah, we got a decent amount of forced White Mage. We got some forced Red Mage. But our Blursings, our White Mage does have legendary swords and wizard shirts.
That's actually really nice. Now, I personally can't remember if the legendary swords also gets them fighter swords or if it's only the legendary swords.
It is only the legendary swords.
So that's going to be things that the thief and the fighter can't equip, but some of the things like Excal and Katana, those are going to be in the pool for them then. And that's
we are off.
We are.
We have Matoya at Corneria Castle.
We start with a
Iron
flame
armor,
sword.
a bunch of gold.
Yeah. Flame sword. Oh, Fade level 2 or level 1, slot 2.
But it's White Mage locked.
It is. Bane and Lightning 3. I would take all three of those spells. My Black Mage, White Mage party that I always like to take with the Thief, just like Hate has right here. That is going to feel like a lock for me. I have plenty of firepower to go take things on. And there was some healing there at that level, too. Oh, and there's TNT.
There's Fighter White Mage, Black Mage from Shum and Chanigan. And that's probably what I would take, especially with the status Lightning and Ice resist on the Fighter and 20 Vitality.
Now, I don't want to give teams I'm facing in the tournament any hints or whatever, but fact is that I feel like the Thief, the White Mage, and the Black Mage are the perfect starting comp for this flag set in general, as long as you can just, you get one of those three forced and you can take the other two. The Thief with his agility boost and just his natural luck and evade makes him really nice to have up front for exploring all of the entrances you go to. And then White Mage and Black Mage just gives you the full complement of spells, and you don't have to worry.
And we've got Lupaland at Toph.
Oh, hey, there we go. Well, it doesn't help us right now, but good to know for later.
And Ordeals at Matoya.
Now, this is one that I like. The monsters here should die to lightnings and fades, assuming you can survive it. if you can get any levels here, this is going to be a pretty decent... Oh, and they're getting the fade off. This is going to be a pretty decent dungeon to explore.
Ice Loop at Dwarf Cave, which is an incentive location.
It is. I would rather go to Ordeals than Ice Loop. I feel like the magic I have is going to be better equipped for for Ordeals.
Well, but Shum went the Ordeals route, and Chanigan is going the Ice Loop route.
Oh yeah,
that's a very common strategy in these co-op flags, is to send one to hit Matoya and Provoka, and the other to go hit Toph, Dwarf Cave, and down that route.
I think if I were in the case of having to go to Ice Loop, what I would specifically do is grab a couple quick levels around Canaria area. Even an Impact can get you level 4 or 5.
And Provoka is Quinaria Castle.
Nice.
And the king has Adamant.
So, Adamant plus TNT is nice, because if you find Dwarf Cave, you can do both those turn-ins immediately. But yeah, like, the difference between being level 1 in Ice Loop and even being level 5 in Ice Loop is night and day.
Yes. Just for those spells, especially with that fade.
And being able to survive a punch, because at 30 health, you're going to get knocked over by basically anything in ice.
Oh, also, something to note, there are no spike tiles. And Lit 3 shirt.
That is lovely. Now you put that on the thief and everyone can cast something.
You equip that on the white mage.
I mean, I suppose. But I'm honestly, like, I would eventually. Right now, though, with the thief not being able to do much because they can't swing much of anything, I'm inclined to have them just use the Lightning 3 shirt. Now, point out, Hate died, but that is not a big deal. Hate knows the route through Ordeals, which is one thing. And the second thing is, save on Game Over is on as well, so he didn't lose anything dying there except the few seconds it takes to get back to the end of that dungeon.
And we've got at least one shard in Ice Loop that Chadbert just found. And Shanigan goes into Marsh, and that is going to be that's going to be the volcano, the long, thin volcano floor.
Volcano B2 right there.
Into Marsh Top.
Now, it's worth pointing out that the shard chests are trapped, but you'll get monsters from the region, the floor you're on, when you get that trap chest. So, like here in Marsh, they'll get, like, scums and gargoyles and stuff if they found a trapped chest here.
Right, or the frost wolves in the ice trap chest.
Which is a very easy encounter to kill with the spells they have. And there's a slab.
Was that a loose slab, or was that the incentive slab?
That was the incentive slab. So if we find Melmond, then we will be able to do that Lufane turn-in. And you can see Hate taking some notes right there.
Yes, if you see our runners pause, and it looks like they're just standing there not doing anything, they are probably entering in notes in I think most of the runners use a Google Doc.
So we missed it. Melmond is at Northwest Castle, which means we can do that entire turn-in right now. Also want to point out, that Marsh top floor that was underneath Volcano 2, that ended up being a loose chime on that floor. So that's our first loose that I saw.
Also want to note that that Ordeal's top floor has a katana +4.
Katana is lovely. That is one of the things I love to find when I am running through these flags, because I always take a ninja and you start with a free tail. I always start with a thief and you start with a free tail. So the second I find Bahamut, Katana's on my character.
And there is another katana +4 in the ice loop.
And now this, this is important to note, because the
katana is a legendary sword.
It's a legendary sword, so your white mage can carry it. But the thief has a lot of balances on them. They get extra hits than they would in the vanilla game, just default in the randomizer, and a few other bonuses that really help them out a lot to balance them against the knight. And the fourth party member they're looking for is available at one of the Fiend fights. More than likely, we're going to see a second thief, and with 2 katanas, I generally will take the second thief.
Okay, and that was where that TNT was. It was the shop item in Corneria.
Yep. So we haven't found dwarves yet, but I'm sure we will soon. We just need to find out what that slab becomes.
And there's Gaia at Elfland.
Useful to know what the spells are. Doesn't help us a lot right now unless you're looking for specific pieces of armor, which I don't think these guys are going to be looking for right this moment. And we're going to see what the Lufane turn-in is. And hello,
Adam
back
Droop.
to Rich.
And yes, Adam Droop, that is correct.
That's the rod. So, I don't think we know where that floor of Earth Cave with the vampire is on it, the rod block floor. However,
but we found Lich.
Yeah, however, just having that rod means we don't have to be stymied. Oh, temper level 8, that feels like a stymie. That's why you like having a black mage.
That feels bad.
Yeah. So we're taking on Lich already. Lich is going to be worth 2 shards, and I didn't see what the character was, but we'll find out. And this should be an easy boss to kill, all things considered. It's very rare that Lich is bad, although I've had bad Liches in this flag set.
I am not familiar enough with the sprite set that Chanigan is using to know what that character is.
Is that a thief? I think that's...
I think it is.
I think it's a thief. Can't be a black belt. Black belt is only available in this flag set at character start if you're lucky enough to get it as your forced character. So, Falchion on there, that is a thief. We are good to go. We're moving on. Now, the one thing I will note is Chanigan put the thief behind the fighter, and I absolutely wouldn't do that. Thief, you want the thief up front to prevent ambushes, and having him in the second slot means that's not going to happen. But that's 2 extra shards for Chanigan and another character. Good for him.
And images with damage poison.
Well, that is disgusting. Let's not fight them ever again.
It is not as disgusting as some things I've seen in this flag set. Oh, we've found Elfland.
Good. We need some spells. So, not a whole lot at white. I missed what was at black. Although I can go look at what the notes are from Ro8. And that would be Quad X and Lightning 2. Quad X is great.
And level 4, we've got an Invis 2 and Fog 2. We've got Nuke.
Yep, that's the glory right there. That's what I'm spending my money on. Getting some Nuke on that Black Mage. And now both of my mages should be able to cast whatever the heck they want. Which is a lot of damaging stuff.
White Mage was forced, Rich.
Yeah, White Mage was the forced one.
Which, given that White Mage had legendary swords and wizard shirts,
yeah,
that's not a bad force.
It's not a terrible force. Plus, bear in mind that the White Mage gets about 50% more bonus experience than all the other characters. So
yes,
yeah, and there's a loose cube. That is the loose, the entire loose Mirage pack right there in Ice Loop. I didn't see that from the other team, but they do have it. So that's actually the second loose that we have so far.
Yes, we've got both our. We've got our 5 total loose items.
So where do we still have to go? Because we don't have...
They started with Flame Sword.
Yeah.
Okay, Elfland was at Ice Cave.
Was an ice floor? Oh, no, that's at Ice Cave. Oh, we got the canoe. Where'd we get the canoe from? That's why I was like, I don't know where we can go. Hold on, I will look at what Ro8 says. Canoe came from...
Ice Incentive.
Ice Incentive. Okay, I missed what the Ice Loop had. Perfection. There's been a lot to talk about. It's chaotic when you're watching 4 players at once.
Oh, Unrunnable Scorpion.
Not the worst when you have Fade and
Nuke. True.
Or even just Fade.
And let's see what that volcano is going to be. There's Shum getting that canoe.
Crescent Lake.
Volcano is Crescent Lake.
Mm-hmm. So that's really nice to have, in fact. More spells that they're probably going to be able to use, like Lamp and Wall. Wall was the important one, but I for some reason said Lamp first.
I love Lamp.
I'm memeing. Oh, no. And Fire 3.
Fire 3 and Lock.
Honestly, I'd also take the Lock and the Confuse. Because if you're going to want to fight Carry at some point, and sometimes Carry can actually be scary in this flag set.
Well, because the boss stats are all cranked, Oxyale is the item from Crescent Lake. It's the Sage's item.
I'm expecting an on-rack stop soon. As soon as, like, we're going to find it soon, I'm sure.
And where else is there to go?
With the canoe? I have to look at what our turn-ins are. I know there's going to be something. Have we actually checked what's at Crescent location?
Not that I've seen.
I'm checking right now. We have not. That is where we can go. And from the look of it, that is going to be where progression is. On-rack. See, I called that, didn't I? So we're gonna.
Yes, you did.
So whatever is behind this dungeon, this is where progression is, and we haven't found. Oh, Life 2, level 7. We haven't found ship or canal yet. So while it's possible that both of those will be in whatever dungeon we're gonna find, 5 to 1 says we're gonna get the floater. There's
Warp
also
in level 7 feels bad.
That feels really bad. We haven't seen Exit yet. Could be at Provoca, wherever Provoca is, but if I know this flag set well enough, Provoca's going to be like one of the last places we find.
Yeah. Provoca will be Provoca will have like the loot, and it'll be
at Waterfall.
It'll have the
or something.
key.
Yeah.
It'll have the key, and the loot will be loose in a locked room.
Rich in chat asking, did Chanigan walk past the incentive chest in Ordeals? I do not know. I missed it.
Chanigan very well may have. It was the canoe, and Shum already got it.
Oh, then that would explain that. Also point out we have dwarfs, so there is actually a good chance we're getting ship and canal here. Or a loose canal.
Canal.
And we still have 2 turn-ins to do, by the way, so that's our 3rd loose. Also worth pointing out, Harm 3 was on stick form here. There's our herb. Which I don't think we have Elf Castle yet.
We do not have Elf Castle yet.
Come on, floater. Come on, baby. Give us the floater. The ship. Oh, we have the canal. That's right. So there it was.
We have ship and canal.
Yeah, so I was saying with the Harm 3 stick, White Mage casting Harm will actually do damage to all enemies. So the Harm 3 stick can be slapped on your White Mage for endless damage. And
Lich has Blizzard.
Oh, see, that's what I was waiting for from Lich. Just don't fight him long enough that he casts that. Ordeals was, I think it was Slab, but I'm gonna double check that right now.
Ordeals was Canoe, but there was a loose slab.
Loose slab at Ordeals, yeah. There's been so much going on, I'm starting to lose track. Yeah, so.
Canoe is Ice Loop. Thanks, Bo.
Okay, so we're moving on. We're off and trucking right here. And with that open, we now have Ordeals area open to us, as well as Mulmond area, and with the Chime, we even have Mirage Tower area. So there's plenty of places to explore. Oh, and the Cardia dock is on, so Bahamut Hole, Cardia Double Bottom is also open.
Now, Cardia Double Top technically is open, but it's a zonk. We know that because that's in the flags. And Chanigan's going to get that Sage's item. Going to get that Oxyale.
So right now, I feel like Hate and Chad have a slight exploration lead. I mean, it's too hard to call who has a lead right now, all things considered, because levels and shards and everything else are going to play into this, and you won't really know who's in the lead until we start getting ready to go to Toph. But as far as exploration is concerned, Hate and Chad are just slightly ahead right now.
And Chanigan's going to go find, going to go find on-rack that goes into dwarves.
And as Woke pointed out, because we haven't seen a lot of deep towers yet, we're gonna see some pretty deep dungeons on the back half of this flag set. There's a few of the dungeons in the vanilla game are tall, or deep, however you want to call them. And the more shallow dungeons we see early game, that means there's gonna be some really deep ones late game.
Well, I'm just waiting for C-split into Marsh split.
So Chanigan's about to finally get them their access out of this whole hellhole. We found, looks like Astos here at Titan East.
Yeah.
Yep, but no crown, so we can't do that one yet.
Yeah, no crown yet.
Yep.
And Earth Cave's gonna be something.
Now, one other thing I want to point out. Oh, Titan West. So, not here. Or Titan East, actual location. One thing I want to point out is that we have a lot of key-locked locations where we couldn't do the key yet. So, it's good for people to note those down, because...
And we have a carry floor.
Yeah, if we get a key, then there's a good chance, as I saw in the last race I played of this flag set, there's a chance that one of your loose items you need is going to be in that key lock, so you want to bear that in mind.
Or it could also be that last, it could also end up being those last couple shards you need, too.
Yep.
And Vanilla Bahamut is Tia floor, the Bridge of Destiny.
I like the bold play of doing it. I like this a lot. You've got Bane, you gotta try. At least once. Especially if you can get a hero run. Yeah.
I've done this with a Bane stick and a dream.
Yeah. That's all you need. I mean, it's a 18% chance, I think. So, and the Black Mage resisting sleep. That's... Oh yeah, you're gonna get another round of this. 18% chance, so you cast it 6 or 7 times, you should get it. And they did! Look at that! Cheers to Chad for their second kill.
And that is a second white mage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I like that. Well, 2 Fade Casters. 2 Fade Casters, 2 Life Casters, so... And they are katana. They are katana users, so reasonably effective. So reasonably effective meleeers if your ninja goes down.
Sorry, I had to step away for just a brief moment. Did I miss anything aside from looks like?
It was a white mage at Tia.
Shoom's stream has stopped. We'll give that a second, see if it comes back. I'm gonna switch music over though.
And let's see what Mirage. Oh, unrunnable red ankle-o.
Well, that's disgusting. That's a save and reset right there, because I don't want to fight red ankylos if I can. If I can help it, because they're just gross.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's Sarda at Mirage. We're gonna see some deep dungeons. A mute stick. Meh. And that was a floater from Sarda.
Well, I'm immediately cashing that in and getting myself up in the air, because I want to... Now there's a couple things that you can do when you're up in the air in this flag set. Towns are shallow, as you've probably seen. They are the first stop at any of the entrances they're at. So one thing that people often do is they start dipping entrances to try and find the towns. And their magic is good, but they still may want to start dipping a few locations to get the last few bits of things they need before they head into end game, quote unquote. And I mean, it may only be 20 minutes in, but you already start having to think about end game here.
Well, like, I'm going to immediately start looking for where's Provoca, because that's level 2. That's a level of magic, and I haven't seen a lot of really good magic.
Well, we have Fade and Nuke. We know
Other
where
than
Temper is at. And we have a lock.
But
So
I haven't seen Fast. I haven't seen...
We have a light. I know we've seen Life 2, but it was at a high level.
Yeah, I haven't seen Fast. I haven't seen Life 1.
Cure 4.
I haven't seen Cure 4.
And we got an Ice 3 gauntlet, apparently, Ro8 is saying, so that is quite lovely. That's some good... Honestly, this is some stupidly good item magic in this set today. I'm a little annoyed.
And as Classic Gamer points out, no unrunnable Ankylos in the air either.
100%.
We
haven't seen Exit yet.
We have not seen Exit.
Yep.
We have not seen Life.
Yep.
We have not seen Fast. Those could all be at level 2. Those could all be at Provoca. And we might see the key or the loot out of Bicky.
Oh, Ro8 saying we did see Exit. I didn't see Melman Magic.
I missed it too.
It is at Melman.
And so is Fast.
Here I was sitting here going, wait, that floor looks wrong for the chest layout here, but that's because we're on a reversed carry floor, and this isn't actually the red D chest. Even though it's in the red D chest location, yeah.
And we also haven't seen Heal 3. We haven't seen Lock 2, which, given the way that boss stats are in these flags, Lock or Lock 2 is almost an essential.
Yeah, Lock we have. Lock is good. Gregley Puff, Ice 3 on a gauntlet is what was reported.
Yes, Ice 3 bonk.
That would be the replacement for the Zeus gauntlet. The Saber bonk, the Power bonk, will still actually exist in game as the Saber bonk, so that one is preserved, and there will be a bonus Ruse stick somewhere in the seed.
And we get a Great Axe +5.
Great.
I think the Ruse stick is one of the incentives.
It is. And it usually, like, the way that the predictive placement works at this point, it's usually one of the last items you're going to get. Usually. There's a loose crystal. That is 4 of our 5, if I'm not mistaken.
A Fog 2 helm. And there's Merms. With a loose bottle.
Okay, that's all 5. If you're counting, that means that at the 24-minute mark, technically we're in go mode. We just need to collect shards and get the heck out of here. That is exactly what you want. There's at least 1 ribbon in the pool that's incentivized, although it'd be nice to find another.
+5.
Yep. So, like, this is the point where you're sitting there going, okay, let's start organizing and putting on the afterburners. We need to find our shards. And I just want to note, Hate is in a bit of a pickle right now. Hate, last I checked, has had 1 shard. So he's at a point where he really needs to start getting his team together, because, like, if it's me, I'm sitting here going, okay, I've done the math. It's about 40 to 45 minutes from when you finally get all your items to actually finishing the seed, assuming you don't wipe to chaos or something. So you could be looking at a 110 seed here already, and you got to start getting your team together. Rich is saying not in go mode without a key or a loot. I mean, yes, but it's the fact of you have the 5 loose and everything else is going to be behind incentives. So you can start planning your go right now.
Bottle becomes crown.
And we know where Northwest Castle is.
And that's a beauty of a fight to find in a chest. 4 rock goals. That is juicy XP.
That is great. The more shards at this point I get in the later dungeons, the better. Like the later dungeon floors, because that's just pouring EXP on me. I want to be around 29 to 30 with my thief party by the time I get into Toph, so I have the extra hits and all the health I need.
And that's and you saying that is an indication of probably why I was not nearly as good. Because I was looking at like 35. And there's a loose ribbon in... Astos had the key, and that's a loose ribbon in Northwest Castle.
So we've seen 2 ribbons so far. I feel good on ribbons at this point, especially with Wall and Life being available. I'm not concerned about ribbons now.
Okay, we've got manticores for this fight. And they haven't gotten their floater yet. Shum and Chanigan have not gotten their floater yet.
So I think they have they got a shard lead, especially over Hate, but they don't have a progression lead yet.
Well, I don't necessarily blame them. They haven't gone up to Mirage yet.
It's gonna be a slight pause on the music here while I get everyone resynced. But yeah, I mean they're fighting the floors they need to start getting shards going, and we know where 3 of the bosses are so far. So that's 8 shards, 10 shards for Hate to get easily. Like, they'll get their progression going pretty quick. It's just, you know, you got to start thinking about it. You got to start getting that going.
Okay, Earth 1 into Sky to Sky 2.
Like, Hate also really needs to get a 4th
into Marsh
character
split.
in. So we're at the point now of just watching the players like cross back and forth over each other, start doing their turn-ins, getting their key items going, and seeing where their end game is at.
We found Kraken.
We did. So that's all the bosses. It's 32 shards that we need. That puts 12 on the table just from bosses. So at this point, they just need to find their other 20. And then, of course, as Rich was saying, still need to get the loot, too.
But we know loot's going to be behind progression.
Yeah, absolutely it will. One of the places that we haven't found yet that we can just do a turn-in at, that's going to do it. And looking at...
That's some chunky XP for... That's some chunky XP. 3 Whiz Vamps and a Zombie D.
Lovely. I love that pack when I can kill it. And yeah, looking at what we have, we only have 2 turn-ins left to do, one way or another. Loot and Ruby. So, I mean, obviously there's going to be like the Roo Stick that's out there as well and other things of that nature. But we're down to 2 key items that we have to find and a couple things we may want to find. So we're getting close.
And we are finding some shards there on Sky 3.
Oh yeah, Sky 3 is great. Sky 3 is one of the places I love to find. Sky 3 provides. I mean, it's a really nice chest-dense floor. We're looking at 14 chests right there. I usually find like 3 shards on there, and often a piece of gear that I desperately want. And 3rd ribbon over... No, I think that we saw that one. That was the 2nd ribbon we found, Woat. Northwest Castle.
We found a Bahamut.
Yeah, we're looking for the incentive ribbon now at this point. That's the only one left. And there is our class change from Hate at the end of this deep tower. And there's his exit, and he's out and very happy. That was Gaia, so Bahamut at the bottom of Gaia with a lot of shards in between. It's nice. That's really nice. Hate coming over here to... Is that Provoca? No, it's Elfland. Elfland is a good spot. It's a nice short walk to the clinic.
Yeah.
That is actually really important, is remembering what towns are... Not only where the towns are, but which ones have short walks to the clinic so you can revive your characters quickly. You can save seconds, minutes even, depending upon how often you have to go there. So I don't think Hate's killed any of the bosses yet. Well, he hasn't, because he doesn't have a 4th character. So he's at 6, which means with the 12 that he knows is out there is 18. That's over halfway to where he needs to be for shards.
So, to make sure everyone in the chat knows, it's 32 shards.
32. With 12 on bosses.
And Hate's heading into Ice Loop.
Probably for the shards.
For the shards in there.
Yeah. I don't believe there was a good piece of gear down here to tempt him, so this is entirely for shards. There's gonna be,
I think there was a katana. There was a katana +4 down here.
Was it down here? I thought it was elsewhere, but it's possible.
Well, there were 2 of them.
That was 23 minutes ago,
of them.
so. Sir Moggs in chat asking 20 loose and 12 dedicated. That's what they have to find, yes. There's actually more like 30-ish loose in this flag set, though. So they don't have to collect all the shards to finish this out. They just have to collect their minimum.
And we found a waterfall.
Well, that's going to be one of the key items we need. So I'll be honest with you, if I was in their position, as much as I want to get that loot out of the way, I kind of want the ruse stick right now so I can keep looking, because I really want that ruse stick. Like, it's weird to say.
Yeah, that ruse stick's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, the ruse stick feels like required gear to me. More key than some of the other stuff that's actually key items. Ruse stick gets you through the end bosses.
Let's see. Ugh, unrunnable nightmares. Those are just disgusting.
They'll die to the magic they have, but they're not worth fighting at this point. I'd rather
Well, they're
something
unrunnable.
Yo, yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying, is they're not worth fighting, you just have to.
And there's Shoom gonna class change.
Now, Hate has, I don't believe Chadbert on his side has class changed yet. But he went and got, the ribbon. So there's our 3rd ribbon. I mean, I feel really good on ribbons now, but that honestly wasn't the key item I was looking for on that robot. I would have rather just about anything else there. Ribbon's great. Ribbon wasn't needed. Now, that said, if each of the players only found one of the 2 ribbons, then having a second ribbon from just free from that robot, that's nice. That 2 is where I want to be.
Yeah, we're still looking for Provoca. I think Provoca has to be. Provoca has to be either Ruse Stick or Loot. And Elf Prince is going to be the other one because we still haven't found Elfland Castle.
That was what I was about to say. We hadn't found Elf Castle yet, so that gives us, well, and Provoca can't be down here, but Elf Castle can certainly be behind C-Split.
Oh.
Oh, there's a Warmac. Go fight the... No. Go fight our Lord and Savior, the Wandering Warmac.
I regret nothing.
I'd do it. If I had a katana on my white mage and a good shirt, I'd do it. I think we also have Ruse. I just do it.
Okay,
Honestly.
Hate's found vampire floor.
He has. That's good. Honestly, knowing that that where Chadbert is at ends in the Acardia deep down through that dungeon, I would absolutely go grab all the shards on this floor and then go sacrifice myself against that Warmech, so I could just exit out quickly via death.
Yeah.
Either I kill it and get a ton of experience, or I die and I'm out of the dungeon at that point with everything I collected.
Save on game over strats. I just have not properly.
I've had dungeons where I've not had exit or warp, been like 8 floors down, there's a lava floor, and I'm like, I'm gonna spend a minute killing myself on lava, and then die on an encounter with 1 health, so I don't have to walk all the way out. It's faster that way.
Yeah, I just have not properly internalized save on game over strats.
I tell you, I'm gonna be ruined for anything else I play for the next couple months, because I'm just gonna be like, okay, I die now, and oh, I just lost everything. Oh, great, okay.
And damage poison images.
Lovely. So I believe that should be the last of the loose for... Is that last of loose for Chan again, or do they still need one more? I thought Crystal was the last one, but maybe that was 4th.
I thought it was the last one?
It's been too long. I don't know anymore.
Rodlock goes into Ice 1.
Hate's other warriors just cannot stay alive. I feel so bad for them.
Oh, we have a Brack shirt.
For at least one team, that would have been a whole lot more useful if we hadn't already killed those fiends. Thanks, game. Isn't that always how that works?
It was a Brack shirt on Sharknado floor.
It's lovely. Well, Hate's White Mage is going to have a lot of levels by the time he finally gets through this.
Yes.
And they can use the katana. I guess you could just make them your carry. I don't know that I'd want to, but you could. I guess. Ooh, getting beat up by these catmen.
Unrunnable catmen.
Well, I think... Wasn't it also in a chest that they wanted? I think it was. May have misremembered. Nope, yeah,
No.
that was just unrunnable. Okay.
That was just an unrunnable catman.
Now, Hate here having the thief up front, even though they're dead, absolutely the right call, because even dead, they'll still help prevent ambushes. And get you more ambushes in the process. Or, surprise attacks, I guess I should say. And another Cardia. With Jack Squat. That he does. You can see, he's not even checking chests now. He's just walking up to see if there's shards, and then he's getting out.
Yeah.
That's the... Do you have... Hey, you have exit... Oh, wait, you want to walk back to C-Split, don't you?
Probably.
Yeah. I get what he's doing. This is just one of those situations where you want to do the math and be like, would it have been faster for me to just exit and walk down instead of trying to walk back to the split? Tough call there.
And that's a tough call. And it's also one that I'm not very good at making.
And unfortunately, with Warp being level 7 and his characters being a low level, that's... Yeah.
Once again, these save on game over strats.
I gotta think, yeah, exiting would have been faster at this point.
Do not entirely have not internalized them.
Yeah.
Shoom's gonna check LaFane.
I love the save game on Game Over in this flag set, honestly. It has opened up so many strats that I just enjoy. Plus, it honestly takes some of the stress off of this, because, you know, I've played last couple years in the tournament, and it's one of those things, if you get a good dive going, but then you die, and you just feel bad because all the progress you made, you've lost. What were the chests that I got? What treasures did I have? What was I doing? All of that's gone.
Yeah.
So, here, however, you can just like, I died. Whatever. I get to keep all that. I just have to walk my way back down. You save yourself, like, you lose a few seconds instead of losing minutes. So, I really like having that in here.
Yeah, I will say the thing that felt the worst in my second race was noping out less than 5 steps before what turned out to be Bahamut promotion.
Oh, yeah. Like, I hate noping out of a dungeon. I will go out of my way to make sure a dungeon is fully cleared, even if it just, like, even if I shouldn't, just because I want to make sure I know what every exit leads to.
Well, I noped out with 2 different enemies common on the floor having thunder, so...
I get you. Yeah, I get the feeling like Hate is just all in on that white mage at this point.
I think so.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Let's see how it works out for him.
Here's our See Dead floor. That's what I call it, because all the rooms on here have nothing in them.
Nothing.
Now, that said, if you play with one of the new features we have, where treasure chests are mixed up on a floor and can be in any room on any floor of the dungeon, you better actually start learning what the floor layouts are, because you're going to need to know what's on this floor here.
Greater than less than room has an opal Cheerio.
Ooh, that is nice. Plus,
and
2 shards. That's a win-win in my book. Ambushy vampires, though, are gross.
Ambushy vampires are a little gross.
Yeah, I would not appreciate that. Say no to ambushy vampires.
But a single fate charge takes them all out.
So, Hate had to leave the dungeon? I missed why that happened. Maybe he he died.
He wiped.
He died. Okay. Well, that explains that then. But look, he didn't lose progress. Hooray! Hate got punched by ghosts. Of course he did, because that's what this game does. Okay,
and ghosts punch hard.
Unrunnables are mixed game. We don't need to have the Wiz Sahag pack be unrunnable. Just you can ease it back a little there, game.
At least they don't have anything nasty, or at least they don't get anything nasty off.
Yeah. All that mattered. Oh, look, they also...
Oh.
Okay there, game.
Glance.
Yeah, you can ease it back a little there, game. That was kind of rude.
And that's an Earth 2.
Yep, which gives us 5 chests to check here. Oh, 6 chests to check here. Chanigan going in for Kraken.
No shards.
Well, at least he knows.
And that's Volcano Top.
Yeah, Volcano first floor.
Yeah, Chanigan all in, headed for Kraken.
Here's our elf.
That's an elf castle.
Ruse or loot. There is
a ruby.
I said ruse or loot game. Don't give me the other key item we didn't want. Okay, game. Well, I suppose there's 4 chests at Titan that we could check, but we're absolutely not going to.
No way.
That feels bad. Hate took... Hey, there's Provoca.
There's a Provoca.
Hate took a few minutes to go back and do that one, and that ended up being a time waste, and you gotta feel bad about that.
And there's a heal 3, and there's a life.
Life level 2 is nice to have. Plenty of charges of that.
And a zap and a lock 2.
I'd take the lock 2 at this point. Zap's effectiveness has been greatly diminished.
We found a Saber Bonk.
That is also nice to have. Especially with Temper being level 8, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, pirates. Roostick or loot? We're still looking for one of those. And I guess Hate and Chadbert don't have their key yet. Haven't done the Astos check, I'm supposing. Oh yeah, because they haven't gotten their crown.
They haven't gotten their crown.
There's our loot.
That's a loot.
So, as soon as they do their crown turn-in, they can technically start anytime they want it on the end game, like true end game. I still feel like you go looking for that roost stick, though.
Yeah.
Hate's flying somewhere off with a mission. He had something very specific he wanted to check.
And Chadbert heading in to Provoca. Chadbert's going to pick up those spells.
Mm-hmm.
That heal 3, that life.
And he's rocking double white mage, so he definitely has the ability to cast a lot of that magic. Plus, swing a couple katanas if you want it.
I suppose is Vorpal considered a legendary sword? Because that's another that's another incentive item.
Which one?
Vorpal.
Oh yeah, Vorpal's in the pool too. And it, as Wilt points out, it's legendary. So there's Hate's final 4th character. He's going double thief, apparently. Or at least for now. Swinging 2 katanas. I like that. That's a strategy I play regularly. I like having a double melee.
Sarah,
that's the one. So there's our Vorp. A Vorp and a katana for his 2 characters that he's letting in the lead. On Chad's side. Oh, one of the chests that we saw on C-Split that I'm guessing Hate should have gotten? Oh no, because he's only checking for shards now. The left side of C-Split was a Masamune.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Very nice to find. Oh right, we had Bottle to turn in, so we get to see what the fairy has. At this point, I think we're pretty much down to it just being the roost stick.
Fairy had crown.
Unless we've already done this. Oh, there we go. Okay. This is what I get for finally not looking at the notes. So I'm still trying to figure out where that last roost stick is going to be. Matoya is what Wout is saying. They haven't found her yet.
It's Matoya.
So, okay.
No, we found Matoya. We just didn't have a crystal when we found her.
Yeah, no, I remember that. Yeah.
We found Toph, and I don't remember seeing it. Oh, it was Cardia Grass. It's on Cardia Grass.
Cool. So yeah, assuming they remember the Matoya turn-in, they can get their roost stick and be on their way, and that is pretty much everything they need. Good. Good.
Excellent.
Everything we need. So now it's just a matter of seeing, how many shards everyone has. So we can get a real feel for, how far into this we are and who actually has the lead.
Yeah. And Chadbert's gonna go take Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
Go handle Carrie.
Take care of Carrie. So yeah, I mean, we could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes away from being into Topher at this point, I think. Maybe even faster. This is pretty jetty, all things considered. Seemed like it was going to lay out poorly at the start, but then it picked up real nice.
Yeah, it was a little trolly at the start,
Mm-hmm.
but once you found the ship and canal in the same place,
Yeah.
if you found the ship and canal and dwarves, it all opened up.
Opened up a lot. Okay, this Chad is just 3 shards away from go at this point. Looks like
And
Chanigan 7.
Chanigan's gonna get that ruse stick.
Yep. So yeah, we've got 7 shards for Chanigan. We got a Kraken over here with a failed Bane. Getting our Invis 2s out. Gonna see what Kraken does. Swing and a miss. Wow. 2 hits, 66. Kraken is NES fast. Okay, Kraken. You can calm down.
Okay, you're not Kraken 2, you're Kraken 1.
You're Kraken. We don't need that. Thank you, Kraken.
Shoom. Oh, there's a pro ring in that heart-shaped treasury as well.
Shoom's still checking chests. Shoom is like 12, 14 shards away. So until we see what Hate has, which I think Hate's still probably behind Chad. There's their key, there's their go mode. Chad definitely has the lead over everyone. We'll more than likely see him go into toe first as soon as he gets those last 3. And this is the point where if you're playing with a partner and you're both tracking how many shards you find at various entrances, Chad should immediately know to go to an entrance and get the last couple or 3 shards that he needs right there.
Yeah. Well, and what we've been doing, what we did was to put number of shards for each floor.
Mm-hmm.
So like if we had the Cardia Castle, we'd have 2. If we had this into this, the A into B into C, that had 1, 3, and 2 respectively, we'd do like 1/3/2.
Mm-hmm. So this is at least 2 of the shards Chad needs right here.
That way we knew how deep we had to go or not go. Hey, my favorite black belt grind.
Mm-hmm. Eyes.
The single eye.
So say not carry.
How many times in these flags did you see Marsh split into C split?
At least once. Although it was C split into Marsh split for me.
Okay, fair enough. One split into the other split.
Exactly. If we want to be pedantic, I haven't seen that yet, but...
we had it at least 3 or... least 3 times.
That's gross. The last flag set I played, or last seed I played, we had a Circle C that funneled us down to Crescent Lake, and Crescent Lake was the Titan Tunnel that led over to 3 other dungeons we had to clear just so we could get our canal and ship. That took a while.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, it was really gross. We didn't actually get up in the air until the 40-minute mark just because of that.
Yep. That's why I say floor entrance can be gross.
Yeah. Well, that's why all my PBs have been in the 128 mark, and yet the race that we just did was a 111. Because it's like, all the seeds we roll for ourselves are terrible. Okay, I see why Hate came back here. He came here to do the ribbon and get this shard that's down here. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Because incentive ribbon is really a good thing to get.
Especially if you only have one of them, or even none. So this should finish off Chad here, and he should be good to head down to Cardia Grass and start, like, trying for Topher dives.
Well, Chad's gonna pick up...
Yeah. Do final prep. There's always a final prep.
And there's that Massa, who's on C-Split.
Okay, Hate's characters are in, like, the mid-20s. He has 2 thieves up front, and he still gets ambushed by, like, low-level enemies. Thanks, game. Just really appreciate that.
One of the ones I love seeing is that 5-chest room with multiple shards in it. One of the few places that I'll check chests after we've got all the loose, after all the loose items are gotten.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many of them.
Fight the
There's so many chests right
Fight
there.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We're gonna do it.
We're doing it. He wants levels. One of his thieves isn't above 400, so he wants levels. Bad turn order.
And Shanigan is into Topher.
Nice.
First into Topher at 58.
He caught up quick on Chadbert. So that's a huge leap forward for him.
Yes, it is also good info for Topher, for what Warmac has, because we know that those are out of the pool.
Yeah, I found a Warmac when I was only level 12 on, like, the last practice seed I did. And I'm like, I'm gonna die to this, but if I get to see what you have, that's valuable information. And it, like, I think he killed me with Swirl into Nuke, and I'm like, cool, don't see it elsewhere. Sadly, the thief that Hate wanted to have alive to get the last bits of experience and get above 400. Yeah, no, he's dead. Oh well. More experience for everyone else.
And Shanigan making the run through Earth floor.
So that
Chadbert.
You go ahead.
Is not into Topher yet.
Still doing some cleanup. It's interesting. Maybe he's still missing a shard. And, like, Hate's second thief is, like, up above 500 health or something. It's stupidly good. Now
Chadbert in at 59-58.
So we could see these party, like, we could see Shanigan, if things go right, finish under 110. Chadbert's on track to finish at around 110, because Toph is generally about a 10-minute dive. And it's really just down now to what happens with the other 2 players, and how much they still need to do. And I still don't have an exact bead on how many shards Hate has. Oh, he needs 11 more, it looks like.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is an absolute lot. But then again, at like the 25-30 minute mark, he still only had 1 shard. So he was playing a big game of catch up there.
Yeah. So Shanigan through Lich 2, Shanigan on to Carry 2.
Ten more shards for Hate. Hopefully he has bosses he can kill.
And Carry 2 showing why I always carried 2 melees.
Carry's gross. So we have a Tiamat. That's going to take Hate down to 7 shards after this.
I like burning the encounter. I like doing the soft reset and burning the encounter.
Yes. Well, I saw Chad earlier when he did this one. He had a hero run straight up, so he probably passed that knowledge off to Hate.
And cheeky brack strats, because why not?
On Tia 1, it's not cheeky. That's the best strategy. Now, cheeky on Kraken or Tia 2, I absolutely agree. That is you just fooling around while you wait.
And Shoom is pulling Kraken 1. Chanigan is through carry 2 and is on seafloor.
I agree with Classic Gamer and Ro8 in chat. Carry 2 can often be quite gross. Like, not the same level as Kraken 2 or Tia all the time, but there are plenty of Carry 2s where I'm sitting there going, wow, you just killed 3 of my party members. Thanks.
Yeah, carry 2 can be nasty.
Tia 1 down for Hate, so that's 7 shards to go. Doesn't care about any of the other party members. Gonna keep his 2 ninjas rocking. On to the next feed. Presumably knows where Kraken is. Gonna go kill that.
I didn't notice what Shoom has. I didn't notice how many shards Shoom has.
He's gotta be close at this point.
And Shoom is going to pick up that temper.
I would. If you remember it's there, I absolutely would. It's honestly not that hard to menu over to it, so... Okay, now let's see where he heads. That will tell us how far along he is. Gonna go get his ruse stick. He looks like he's in final prep here. Yeah, he's done. Okay, Kraken 2 has deleted the fighter. Almost deleted the white mage, but the white mage is back up. Chad taking on Carry 2.
Yeah, Kraken 2 realizing that life is night learnable, so knocking down the knight to knock down a life caster.
Gotta delete both of them, gotta do your job properly. I respect that. He is nothing if it's not thorough. Kraken trying to kill the ninja, them being the worst threat that they have right now, but ninja not playing.
Shoot into Topher at 104.25. I don't recall who won the first of this. This is a race 2.
FFR Not Tactics won the first one, so they are in the lead right now, and they have a 1-game lead as well. So assuming that there's no wipe in Topher, which is not something we can assume, this is their game to lose. Yeah. This is their matchup to lose at this point. And during the time it took for me to say that, Chanigan has gotten past Kraken 2, while Chadbert has gotten up to Kraken 2. Now, Kraken 2 on Chadbert's side is going to have to make a decision here, because there's 2 white mages to delete. Well, there's 1 white mage to... Never mind! Never mind!
And Tia 2 is also a pretty difficult fight.
Really can be. Kraken gets their respect because they hit so hard, but there have been plenty of Tiamats that have given me a run for my money. 826 damage from that swing from the ninja. Get another swing like that and should be able to take this one out, I would think.
Nuclear on Tiamat. On Tia 2.
Nope. Oh, well, there goes the ninja. Okay. We're in a bit of a spot for Chad here. And unfortunately for Hate, he still has 3 more shards that he needs to get.
There was one of the nuclears on Kraken.
Gonna dump all the fades he has into this, and then I hope that there's a katana on that white mage. I think there is. Now, he didn't hit for very much at all, but don't have to worry about that. White Mage saved the day.
White Mage has life too.
All you need. One shard there. Is that all going to be all you need, Hate? Is this going to put you in go?
I sure hope it does.
I do too. I want to see him get in the Topher before they finish. Assuming they finish on this dive. So Shoom's at carry 2. Chanigan is past Tiamat. Chadbird is up to Tiamat. It's a three-way race right here in Toph right now.
Yes, I like Classic Gamer in chat. White Mage says back road this.
So here we go with Chadbird taking on Tiamat while Chanigan does last prep to get ready for Chaos.
Chanigan pulls Chaos.
We get a fast coming out on the Ninja. We got a lock coming out against Chaos. Ruse comes up on the Ninja. And an Invis 2, that's going to get Ninja most of the way to the evade they want. Lightning 2 from Chaos is not going to matter much at all. And we're on to the next round. Make our selections. Get ready to go. Taking a second to really get that in position. Another lock from the fighter. Bane comes out. Doesn't delete anyone. Invis 2 comes out. That Ninja's now sitting on 4 shots of evade on top of their natural evades here. Nuke for 122, swing and hit for 555. Chaos is going to be anywhere between, what is it, like 2,000 and 4,000 or something like that in this flag set?
Oh.
Something like 456 comes out again. Chaos is at least a quarter of the way through their health. Oh! Chanigan with the 3 and 256 Bane there. Chanigan deletes Chaos.
Wow.
GG on that one. Oh, wow. Well, it doesn't matter. What says 3,000 to 6,000 health for Chaos, but you don't have to do anything if you Bane.
The 3 out of 256 cheeky Bane strat. That definitely counts as cheeky Bane strat.
That's fantastic. So now we got Chad coming up to Chaos. We have no clue how strong this Chaos is or what it has because within 4 rounds it was baned. So we're gonna learn a lot on this Chaos from this fight unless he decides to cheeky Bane as well. But now we know it works. RNG could be with you on this fight.
And RNGesus definitely smiled on Chanigan.
I mean, in fairness, Classic Gamer, Brack on Kraken 2 and Tia 2 is cheeky because it's a 3 and 256. If you're going to go for it, you might as well go for the glory.
And Hate takes out Garland.
So we got pumping up going on here with Chadbert. Definitely focusing on that Ninja. Gonna have them do most of their swinging. Gotta hope they don't get like deleted here.
Hate into
Toph.
Topher at 10. Call it 10:30.
Bane deletes the Black Mage on Chadbert's side. So hope you liked having temper because you don't have it now. Hope you got enough shots of that out. So we're still putting up our evasion, and looks like we're swinging Katana on the White Mage and the Ninja. Don't have to worry about Quad X on that White Mage at the top because they're over 300 health. 371 damage, 69 damage. This is why a White Mage carry is not so great. 166 damage. Fade comes out for 166 damage. And 949, so Chaos is definitely close to that 2,000 mark at this point. Well over 1,500. That's definitely going to put him over 2,000 there. 99 health, damage. Ice 2 isn't going to matter. Fade comes out. Fade for 282. We're probably edging on 200 or 2,500 damage dealt so far. I think that was a 996.
Another
Which
400.
is... Okay. 396, thank you. So we're close to 3,000 now.
There's another 710.
So we're close to 4,000 now, and that kills Chaos there. Probably around 4,000 health on this Chaos, and that is a finish time there for Chadbert, 112.01 versus I think about 110, like I said, on Chanigan there at the start. That's a 110-ish, because I forgot to look at the timer. And Ro8 has gotten those updated for us. We now see Shum Bobby coming in here against Chaos. And I gotta be honest with you, like, I don't want to curse them, but we didn't see a lot that was really scary from Chaos. It's possible, but this does feel like Shum's fight here to lose.
Yeah. There wasn't anything that looked that scary that we saw.
Did you want to call this one, DM?
We've got Shum is building up. Shum's building up with fasts and invis 2s and saber bonk. We've got more saber bonk, more fast temper. We've got that fighter and that ninja. Ooh, 225, but still plenty of health on the fighter. 5 for 224. We've got the Invis 2 coming out. Saber bonk on that ninja. Bane does not delete anyone. And ooh, 6 for 1844. Five for 185 on the Massa. 2 for 247. 4 for 1280. Cheeky Bane strat doesn't work. But Shum tried. And that's it. That will do it. Semifinals. GG to you, Shum and Chanigan.
So we're already there. Yep.
Hey.
Really, Chanigan?
Thank you.
Chaos.
Yep. I don't know. No, for real. That my black magic was doing absolutely nothing. So why not try the cheeky Bane?
Oh.
Awful.
Yeah,
Nothing like.
our stomachs were churning when we're sitting there going, where haven't we checked yet? Oh my god, we don't have a floater. And forgetting that Northern Docks are on. And so I'm like, wait a second, no, Marsh Locked has a thing. And then Corneria, and like we're going everywhere but the one place we can go.
Oof. Yeah. No, I agree.
It's not just the shards at that point, I think. It's the XP that you're getting from those shards is going to be a big push too. Snowballs very quickly.
Hate Down's cracking too.
But no, oh. Yep. Yep, correct. Or you're, yep. Yeah, either team will be Would be great.
Yeah, and that's really on Shanigan, right? I'm just subbing in for Luffy this week. He should be back next week, so you won't get to see my weird walking around and nonsense play, but I have faith that they'll do well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was flipped yesterday, so I'm okay with this.
No, with the lack of practice, we both I think we did 2 practice
Something like
total.
That.
Yeah.
And hate trying the cheeky Bane strat on Tia 2.
Hey, Darkmoon, no one can hear you guys. Like, they can hear
Oh, they
Shanigan
couldn't
and
hear me.
Shimbobby,
Okay, that's cool.
but they can't hear you.
That's fine. I apparently was muted for some reason. I'm gonna blame OBS for that. So yeah, you guys. I don't even know what I was asking. Fine, just move on.
Once hate clears chaos, I do happen to, courtesy of Ro8, our tracker, I do happen to have the actual hit point value for chaos.
Nice.
By the way, if you have been enjoying this run, follow our runners. Follow my broadcast partner Darkmoon and our tracker Ro8. My broadcast partner is also a restreamer.
Yes, I am doing both. Oh, that was what I was going to comment. We were talking about you guys, you only got 2 practices with Shum. I mean, you did swap out one of the winners of last year's co-op for the other winner of last year's co-op.
Yeah.
So...
No, that's true, but I think what really helped is us being in the team for Fall League last year.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we played a lot together.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and
even though
chaos.
the flags weren't the same, like, we had some practice, but almost a year ago, so...
I find that co-op became real easy when partners became friends instead of just partners, and so like that ease of talking to somebody, just really the communication's up there, so it doesn't matter really what you throw in front of us. I hope. I think that we do well together in most things.
Well, that was something that DM and I were talking about before the race actually started and people could hear us, although they couldn't hear me just a second ago. Was the fact that, a lot of the practice isn't so much, like, you learn the flags pretty quick, but practice is really learning your partner, and the more, like, especially on teams that can play again and again, year after year, that knowledge of how to communicate with the other person really becomes most of what your team is needing.
By the way, Chaos banes and deletes the Black Mage for hate.
Shanigan, there's a question in chat. Did you take a fighter or a thief off the launch?
I think I took a fighter. I started with white mage fighter and black mage. Then pick up the thief, which was at Lich. Yep.
And
Yeah,
yes,
thief was very early. Lich being at Elf Castle.
And I think, given the blurfings that I saw on this, that probably would have been my choice too.
Mm-hmm. No, not gonna lie, the double melee swinging character, like running with 2 melee character, really works well with these flag sets.
Yeah.
And Bane deletes one of Hate's ninjas.
I was, like, something that we discussed at the start of this is you guys took, or at least one of you took, a fighter lead instead of, like, a thief lead, because you got the first white mage, you took a black mage, and then there was a fighter in there, and fighter is normally not my preferred start. So what was going on with that?
The blurses, for real, the blurses for the thief weren't that good, and for the they were way better for the fighter. Like, the fighter at 800 something HP at what, level 33?
GG's to them.
GG's hate.
That is an official race bot time of... I gotta go find a different room for this now. 1 hour...
1:21:06.
As I was about to say, yes. Absolutely. GG's to both of them. Second place. Sadly, they are out of the tournament, but they're still here in our hearts, and hopefully they'll come join us in a moment. Chanigan
And
is here. I don't know if Hate is yet.
Hate was not able to. Hate had to run.
Ah, okay. Well, that explains that then. So, GG's, Chanigan. Sad to see you leave the tournament. Or not Chanigan. Chadbert. Sad to see you guys have similar names. My brain, my dyslexic brain can't handle this.
I get to keep going?
Yes, but now you have to play with Luffy. I'm sorry.
Ouch, for somebody there.
So, yeah, but GG's to you. Unfortunately, you are out at this point, but you did a good run. How do you feel about your performance today and in the tournament?
In the tournament overall, I feel pretty good. When I leave a tournament, I'm always happy if I have a tie or winning record, so no complaints there. And today we had a practice kind of like the day before where I routed things and just found all of the towns, and Hate was finding all of the gear and shards, and this time was kind of the opposite. And we could not find a good way to sync up the shard counts in a good way that there wasn't a whole lot of the fetches for me to go do towards the end to go and kind of get that evened out. So if we routed it a little bit differently, I think we could have finished a little bit closer, but we were in Topher when they finished, so can't really complain too much about that.
Yeah, you were neither still working to get to Topher, and you weren't just one step away from finishing, so that's kind of like my preferred. At least I was there, but it wasn't like by a hair, and it wasn't like, spells that beat me by 3 orbs, so...
I have suffered the spells that beat me by, 30 minutes thing before, so...
So just to note, Chaos ended up having just shy of 5,000 health.
Wow.
Not that Chanigan saw it.
Yep.
Not the Chanigan saw it.
That'd be why.
I did 800 damage, and that was it.
Like, by the way, that makes it incredibly difficult to prepare me for what Chaos
I
does.
know, we said as much. We're like, we have no clue what this Chaos has because he died. So.
Yep. I was like, okay, Chaos starts with Lightning 2. Oh, Bane! Oh, he's dead. I banged him. She was like, thank you. Thanks for the info. That was so much fun, for real. I loved being with Shum this week. Not that I don't love Luffy. Luffy's a great partner.
Okay, you can tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, he's not watching right now. It'll be edited out.
No, for real. Can't wait to go back with Luffy. Again, Shum, thank you for jumping in. We knew that this week was gonna be hard. Since Luffy was out of town. And for real, thank you again. That was so much fun.
DM, do you have any other questions for our runners?
Nothing comes to mind.
Alrighty. Well, let's start moving in towards the end. Chad, your partner isn't here, but you guys came in second and are unfortunately out. I don't mean to keep pouring salt on that wound.
It's fine.
So final thoughts about the tournament, about your time today, anything else you want to share?
I always enjoy the co-op tournament, and I think we came up with some very fun flags for this one. And it was just a blast to run through it again and see what we could do. To make it to the finals, we would have had to run a gauntlet, so I didn't expect to get very far. So
the entire bracket is stacked. Like there was no bad team here.
Yeah.
There was one bad team.
Oh no!
Mine. There was one bad team, the one with me on it.
Oh. Shum and Chanigan, final thoughts from you guys.
Yeah, it was a blast playing again. I love this tournament. I look forward to it. Obviously, having won last year, I was really hoping to be part of it this year. And my wife scheduled our vacation, just in the middle of semis and finals. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'll sit this one out. But I'm really glad that I got called in on reserve. It is always a blast. And Yeah, thank you to Chanigan for having me as a partner. And thank you all for doing the restream, the comms, all that jazz. You know how it goes.
Chanigan?
Yep, pretty much the same thing that Shum just said. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you RPG Limit Break for lending us their channel, and that was a blast. I'm really hyped for next week. It's gonna be hard, like this week and like last week. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Thank you again.
DM, my co-partner here. Any thoughts from you before we wrap this up?
These flags are a blast. I do want to thank my partner, since we didn't really have comms for our race, but
Yeah.
I want to thank my partner Rich Bork, and I want to thank 4x11GD who stepped in. Thank you to RPG Limit Break for the use of the channel. Thank you to all of the FFR community for putting on a great tournament. Thank you to our runners. Once again, if you enjoyed this, you should follow them. You should follow our restreamer and my co-commentator, Dark Moon, our tracker Ro8. And be on the lookout for the rest of the quarterfinals. Twilight over Melmond and Team Copium. The winner of that will face that's Chanigan and Luffy.
FFR, not tactics. Yep.
Yes. Crescent Lake Party Planners and Punishing Platypi over in the other bracket, who are playing right now, as I recall. And Simp's Son and Game Changers in the other quarterfinal.
Yep, Simps are up 1-0 over the Game Changers. We're going to see how that one plays out right now. Really just a stacked bracket, all things considered.
Yeah. This is a really tough tournament.
Yep. All right, well then, from all of us here in the booth and everyone in the Final Fantasy community, I want to thank you guys for watching this presentation of the Explorers of Yanikurm Desert Summer Co-op 2022 from Final Fantasy Randomizer. If you like what you saw, you want to see more, want to be a part of the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, and of course you do. Why wouldn't you? We're a great bunch of people right here, and we have a great game that we play. Come on over to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, where you can find links to the Discord and the development Discord right there, as well as the randomizer itself. We have resources on there to help you learn how to play, all kinds of things for you to check out and watch, an entire YouTube channel populated with everything we've done for the last 5 years so far. Lots of videos to watch and get in on the flow, and then just join the community and have a great time here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to RPG Limit Break for hosting. We have more going on, and we're going to actually kick this raid over to our other channel, the Final Fantasy Randomizer channel on Twitch, for the currently in progress co-op game going at the moment. So we will shoot you over there, and thank you guys, and good night.
Good night, everybody.